Hey everybody, it's Greg the Ghoul coming to you from within Phantasm Comics. And this video is just a little comic book 101 video. So anyone that is a comic shop regular, somebody that stops in every week or checks out their comic shop every now and then, this video is not for you. This video is for the general public that just pops into a comic shop every now and then, or maybe a person that's looking for some comic shop info. Uh, a lot of people, after dealing with the general public for about 6 years now, I have learned that a lot of people don't have the information as to what happens here in a comic shop. And there's a lot of cool stuff that happens in a comic shop weekly. We get new stories every Wednesday. So I just wanted to take a moment and get some info out there, sort of like a little comic book PSA, comic book 101. So stay tuned if you want some comic shop info. Again, like if you are a comic shop regular, this is not the video for you. This is for anyone out there that's looking for some info, perhaps before stopping into a comic shop, or if they want to take their kid to a comic shop for the first time. This is a great video to watch. So stay tuned, everybody, to get some inside knowledge at a comic shop. Okay, so let's start off with one of the most basic comic shop things that happens weekly. Comic books come out on Wednesday, everyone. So we have new comic books. In our comic shop, we have our newest issues here on these spinner racks. So every week, new comic books come out on Wednesday. That is across every comic shop. They get new Marvel comics. We get new DC comics, independent comics like Dynamite, Lady Death, Dark Horse. These are all the publishers of the comic books. So the weekly comic books come out on Wednesdays. Just to muddle everything a little bit, at certain comic shops, you might find DC comics, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, etc., coming out on Tuesdays. But no matter what, every Wednesday you will find new comic books at your local comic book shop. Now, you can find stuff like this, Far Cry #1, or you might find something like Gambit. Here we go. Issue number 4. So what does that mean? Issue 1 through 3 came out in the past 3 months. These issues come out normally once a month. So Gambit came out once a month for 4 months so far. Okay, so usually what this means is every Wednesday there's either going to be a new #1, like Punisher, or there's going to be the continuation of your story that you've been following once a month. But on every Wednesday, something new comes out. So next Wednesday, this Gambit issue will not be coming out again until a month from this Wednesday. A little tricky, but if you're a regular at the comic shop, you kind of pick up on this schedule. Also, all the schedule information is available online. Now, once they come out, after like 6 issues or 12 issues, or the story completes its story arc, they get collected in a trade paperback or graphic novel, depending on the lingo you like to use. So those look like... they look like this. So again, trade paperbacks are the collected storyline that came out in single issues many months ago. So what happens is 1 through 6 comes out in floppies once a month, or single issues, floppies, whatever you like to call them. And then a few months after that storyline is complete, another version comes out, a trade paperback. So that's the collected version of the single issues that we just looked at. So it just is kind of like a personal preference as to how you want to read your comic books. Do you want to be ahead of the game for people like reading your story once a month and keeping up with that character? Or would you rather just have the entire story collected for you here, but you're waiting. You have to wait for this story to come out. It's going to be like probably around 3 to 6 months after they've completed the entire story arc. So again, it's just personal preference as to how you want to read your stories and when you want to read your stories. But no matter what, there's always something new available at the comic shop. And I hope this info has been very helpful for you guys, because I know a lot of people come into our comic book store and they're a little confused. What's all this? What's all that? You know, the new comics versus trade paperbacks. It can be totally confusing for someone who is new to this, or even for a grandma, grandpa, parent, cousin, somebody who's buying for someone. They might not necessarily understand what they're looking at. So that's what we're here for. We're just kind of putting out a friendly PSA to a comic shop. So that's basically what this one's about. What's new in the shop every Wednesday? Comic books. And there's always a number one. That's what's great about comic book stores. You step in on a Wednesday or any other day. If you step into a comic book shop and you say, where are your new books? There's a number one out there for you to start a new comic book story. Never feel intimidated about jumping into a comic book store and trying to find something you like, because there usually is something to fit every flavor or every preference of reading. And I know I definitely would help you if you stopped in here, chatted with you a little bit, got to know what you like. We would find something for you. All right, everybody. Well, that pretty much wraps up this video. Just a few things. If you like this sort of content, please leave a message. Let me know. You know, if you have any other questions, too, about a comic shop, leave it in the comments. I'm here to answer anything I can. If I can answer it, I'll do it. So, yeah, leave a comment. Let me know. Hit a subscribe as well somewhere. Right over here. No, over here. No, hit the subscribe button down here. I don't know where it is, but just hit the subscribe button. And then you'll be able to stay up to date with all my content. I think I'm going to keep a series of these videos going. Comic Shop 101. Just some general knowledge that people might think is matter of fact and like just, you know, stuff we all know. Well, it's not. So I think some more people, more awareness as to what happens in a comic shop means more people coming in and buying stuff. So that's great for everyone. More people discovering new stories and more people just starting to collect, and that's always great. I'm going to end this with one other thing. If you guys stop into a comic shop and you find some comics that you love, talk to the person behind the desk and see if they have a pull list system. Pull lists save your comics. So instead of them actually hitting the floor and you coming in and checking out the spinner rack once a week, you can come into the comic shop, go right up to the desk, and they'll have your comics saved for you. So you just have a stack of stuff to pick up. That's very convenient because sometimes comic books sell out, and that's what creates the secondary market. That's when stuff goes up. When you can't order them anymore, that's what makes comics more expensive in the secondary market. So check them out. Sorry, had a customer walk in. Sorry about that. But that's basically it. So ask about a pull list. That's the lingo. Step up to the front desk and say, hey, do you guys have a pull list or a reserve list for weekly comics? If you're interested in getting into that, like starting this regular relationship with your comic shop. But number one thing, if you start a pull list, never dump that list on your comic shop owner, because that guy or girl has shelled out some cash and set those aside specifically for you. It was like you ordered it, but they paid for it. So you got to come back and pick them up eventually. And I'm sure they have all sorts of terms, so you got to figure that out themselves. Usually it's very easy, very simple process to deal with. You pick all your favorite titles, all your favorite characters, and they start bringing them in and saving them behind their desk. So again, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this has been some useful information for the next time you're ready to step into your comic shop. Maybe it'll be your first time, and now you are, you have more info, better info to step into the comic shop with. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you at the comic shop. Have a good one.